to the Nightcap. It's your girl, Carolina Sanchez, and we're celebrating Women's History Month ad nauseum here on the show because we love our women, our ladies. But to be part of women's history, you kind of have to be a pioneer sometimes, right? And when it comes to the hospitality industry, we're talking bars, nightlife, restaurants. Yes, male-dominated, and you can go through a lot of to come out on top. And I got the ladies here to discuss, but we're going to discuss it over a lovely drink because we got Janae Thomas here with Glamorous Drinks, and you put together something for the girls.
Yes, I did. So here we have our I Am Her cocktail. It's going to have some delicious guava inside, as well as tequila, lemon and lime juice, and then it's topped with white cranberry juice. And then to celebrate women and our attributes of who we are and how strong we are, we have a couple of different cards here with just some different things that describe us. This is Grace. This is love.
Yes, I love this.
Yes.
All right, we're going to talk more about this and what Glamorous Drinks is all about, but you're also showing me how to make this, yeah?
Oh, yeah.
All right. I know the girls have their own, so let's get into it.
Yeah, what's up for a nightcap? Chill, you know, kick back.
All right, let's get to know these women who have made a success out of their career in the industry that was not easy. And they have about 60 years collectively together, right, of experience. Oh, don't make those eyes. Here to my left, you've seen her on the show before from Heart and Hustle. We've got Ro Grady Pichardo. Welcome back.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for pitching this.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I got a lot from you.
Yeah.
And I was like, hold on, there's something here. Let's dive in and let's bring some of your friends. So next to you, we've got Sandra Rout. Welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
And next to you in the blazer, we've got Tanasia Mitchell. Welcome to the Nightcap. Hey, ladies.
Hey.
All right, so that people get to know you a little bit, can you take us through what you've done in the industry?
Well,
Now, don't get into the nitty gritty. We're just
okay.
giving them a little surface level, all the places.
We got a little Tom. You okay? Okay. I have been in the industry since I was 14 years old. I started out as a waitress, went to a bartender, management, now I have my own consulting company called Organized Chaos Group. I've opened up some of the hottest spots in Houston. If you've gone out, you've been in some I was a part of. Yeah.
Sandra?
I have been in the industry for about 13 years. I started at Bowlmore, Houston, which is now Lucky Strike Houston. It's a bowling alley in Memorial City. I left for about 2.5 years to help open up a restaurant / lounge / nightclub. But I am back at Lucky Strike Houston. I'm now the senior GM there.
Okay, girl. Tanasia?
So I've been in the industry about 20 years, and I started out very corporate, and then I took my talents to the urban market in about 2015, and I started off as GM, and I've worked my way up, working as director of operation, and 2018, I opened up my own consulting firm, Baylon Consulting, and that's how we took it. I just took my talents from what I've learned and made it into my own.
Amazing. I mean, when you think of hospitality, I immediately think that a woman's touch is better, but I know that the industry is dominated by men. So how has it been navigating this world? I know we don't have enough drinks to discuss, but
Or liquor. I feel like over time women are a lot more in control now than we ever been right now.
Okay.
But when I was coming in, it's pretty much they just look at you like you're a waitress or you're a bartender and you're just here to help, not that you were here to run anything. So when I first started out, it was hard. I mean, but now it's like I walk in the room, I'm like, I know more than all y'all. I'm better than all y'all. I'm smarter. I've been doing this since I was a kid. Like, what can you tell me that I don't already know already? You know. But you got to earn that respect too.
Right.
So, what do you think?
I think what you said is true, earning that respect and getting people to know, like, I am more than just a smile. I am more than that. Like, I know what to do. I know how people want to be treated, and hospitality is getting people to want to come back and getting people to, you know what I mean, like, want to be at your establishment. So adding that touch.
Yeah. But how was it? Was it easy?
Absolutely
Gaining that
not.
respect?
It was challenging for sure. I feel like now that you say, you know, a lot of people have evolved, so there's a lot more women in power now. It wasn't like that when I first got in the industry.
Yeah.
So just trying to take that next step and doing a little bit more than like my other fellow bartenders, you know, like just trying to be a step ahead, I think was a little challenging, but I'm glad that we are here now where we are in charge and, you know, we've made it.
More of you.
There's more of us for sure.
Tanasia, I mean, you started in corporate, so was it a little bit different, or was it?
It's definitely different in corporate because you in corporate you're stepping into systems. When you step out and you have to create your own systems, then you have to get people to understand that what you know works. And it's hard to do that, especially coming into a male-dominated industry. Getting them to understand your anger as passion, not as the angry black girl or the angry black woman. It's getting them to understand that a lot of people in this industry, they have the capital, but they don't have the capital. And they have to respect you for having that capital that's going to keep them afloat. So I think the hardest thing in the industry was understanding that both capitals equaled the same.
Yeah, like you can't have one without the other.
Cannot.
All right, I saw you laugh and giggle at the angry black woman. Because how many times have y'all been accused of that?
All the time.
Yeah, I don't know if it's being accused of being an angry black woman. I think it's more of just being a woman. They automatically think that you're emotional, that you're gonna cry, that you know, that you might want to have sex with them because you're cute or whatever. It's like everything that people think about a woman, they think that's how you are in business as well. And they don't know that there's two different things. You know, you don't have to, just because you're a woman doesn't mean you're emotional or you're gonna be upset or you're gonna operate outside of emotion or anything like that. So I feel like, I mean, and if you do say anything outside of what they like, it's like, oh, she's being a bitch or she's mean. It's like, no, I'm doing my job. And if I was a man, you wouldn't say that. You would think I was just doing my job. So,
Yeah. I agree.
Agree.
It's kind of like a love and basketball thing, you know. Love and basketball, she said, you know, if you talk smack and you foul somebody, you get a pat. But if I do it, then I'm being told to calm down and act like a lady. It's exactly like that seen in love and basketball in the industry. And you have to learn how to balance that to get the respect.
All right, we're talking about these women in the hospitality industry making a name for themselves when it's so male dominated. All right, you stay right there. We have more with them after the break. Welcome back to the Nightcap. We're recording this during Women's History Month, and we're celebrating the women in an industry that we shine a light on all the time here on the Nightcap, which is the hospitality industry that includes nightlife, bars, restaurants. And we've got Ro, Sandra, and Tanasia here who've talked about their experience. But I really want to know, like, the hell that you've been through. Can you share anything from a time in this wonderful journey that has made you question of, like, holy is really for me, or you know what, I don't know if I want to stick it out, or like people really suck and I don't want to be around sucky people, which I feel like you face every day from customers all the way up to management. So
I'm trying to figure out which one. I think my most, I'm gonna say one that I feel like has probably affected me the most. I was working at a spot and I was a GM there. And
you were a GM by then.
I was a general manager there. I came in as a consultant, and they asked me to stay and be the GM. And I put my blood, sweat, and tears. Like basically everything from that space came from my brain. Like how it was made, the look of it, the idea of it, like the name of it, like came from me. And I think in the beginning, everybody was like, "Oh, she can't do it. Like she's like, why did you get her to do this? You know, right?" And then ended up being super successful. We were in magazines. We were like internationally known. It happened during the pandemic. Like we were getting awards. I mean, it was great. And when that happened, it started being like, well, why you didn't do this? Or where you at for this? Like, I mean, I was getting so much. I was getting ambushed every day for something. I could sneeze the wrong way, and they'd be like, why you didn't say how chew? Why'd you sneeze so hard? Like, it was like literally.
They were nitpicking all of the
everything, and it was after you already said I couldn't do it, and I proved you wrong, right?
Right.
Now we're the most successful spot in Houston, right, at this moment. And then you go from that, and then now it's like, well, she didn't do this and she didn't do that, and then you find out all these different things wrong about what I'm doing, but we're making $1 million a month. Wow. So what's so wrong about what's going on? And I didn't understand in the moment about what was going on until I was gone. And I thought to myself, it's because it was me.
Yeah.
If I would have been a man, if I would have not been as strong or have the type of personality that I have, because I have a no bull personality. I know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
I've done this several times. I've been doing it. It's second nature to me. There's nothing, of course everybody has something to learn, right? But if I need to, I can call one of them to figure it out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Between us
like
two,
you
three,
will figure it out.
Yeah, we're gonna figure it out. So and to me, that place, nothing is better than me for this place. It came from my brain anyway, right?
Yeah.
But once I left, I was like, I know what it is. It's because number one, I wasn't a man. Number two, it's because I'm a strong woman and I stand on what I say and I'm gonna fight back for what I feel. And, you know, I knew that I was too strong for it. I was too big for the situation. And I blamed myself for a long time. I'm like, damn, what did I do wrong? Like, could I have done this better? And I was like, I literally every day am giving grace. Literally every day I'm dumbing myself down and dimming my light so I can fit in here in this spot that I created anyway. And it just was time for me to go. You know what I'm saying? So,
were you ever given positive feedback or praise or anything other than other recognition, like outside recognition? Like
outside recognition, yeah, they're like, oh my
course,
God,
yeah.
I can't believe you did this, or like, we didn't know, you know, this, because it was like pretty much the first thing in Houston, right? That was like that anyway. Now it's so many places in Houston that are just like that spot. But I think on the inside in the beginning, it was like, yeah, you're doing great. And then it's all these side talks, and honestly, everybody, for the most part, that was doing it were men that was hating or having something negative to say. And then, you know, men like to have sex with the waitresses. So then they got the teen waitress that they having sex with that's have something to say too. So, you know, it just was a lot that it was just me on a, you know, by myself fighting for my life while my back against the wall. And then I would have people here and there, but I didn't expect for anybody to take up for me or like be on my side, because I'm like, you still have a job that you got to have. So you can't teeter-totter. You kind of got to be on their side a little bit, at least act like you are, because you paying your bills with this. And me over here, I'm like, I don't need this job. Y'all kiss my ass.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, it was mostly men. It was mostly the hate that I got from men every time. I always say that, like, in our industry, like, they try to put the women up against each other. Like, I invited another lady to the show, but she couldn't make it, and they tried to put me up against her. When we worked together, they tried to put us together. You know what I'm saying? Like, when I worked with her, they did the same thing. Instead of us, but we all have to collectively be like, look, we're the women in here. We have to figure this out for ourselves and put everything out that anybody else is saying, and just really have the real conversations amongst ourselves, or they'll put us against each other too.
Yeah.
It's
And
sad.
take everyone down at once.
Yeah.
Every time.
Tanasia?
Oh, okay. So, I would say that my biggest struggle was getting respect from the top, having someone to support, where I might have had the respect from the servers, the bartenders. You know, you get a group of people that follow you no matter where you go, because they respect you for what it is. I know my check is going to be on time. I know that I'm going to get the best training. I'm going to, you know, but it's getting the ownership to buy into what you are doing.
Yeah.
I am not a yes girl. So a lot of times I felt like I was slated or given the lesser hand because I simply just would not bow down and say yes. And I had to get people to understand that I'm not going to sit up with owners and smoke hookah and chill with you and go out with you, because that's not my stilo. At the end of the day, I still have to work for you.
Yeah.
So there has to be a little bit of separation. We can party and have a good time on birthdays and special holidays, but I'm not your flunky to come and make you feel better about you being the owner of an establishment, because at the end of the day, I had to make it very clear to people that you are here because of me. And you know, you try to be humble, you try to be graceful, and you try to thank people for the opportunity for allowing them to learn with their money, because that's essentially what we're doing. We're
Right.
learning how to run business with your money, and we appreciate that. But at the end of the day, give us the respect and the grace that makes you millions
Yeah.
monthly.
You hired me for this position. Trust me to do
it.
this position.
But also respect me for not being a yes man, because that one no that I gave you just saved you from lawsuits, just saved you from EEOC, just saved you for TWC. And a lot of us, we sit in my craft. I didn't just sit in it and I just became a waitress. I sat in it and I learned it. I was the late nights, the book readings, the hands-on training. I didn't go to a school for hospitality, and no shade on RIM, no shade.
Right.
But I did this with my hands. I did the late nights. I understood what it was. You know, in school they don't teach you the X factor. You only learn the X factor from being in it, right? And so you had to get people to understand that it's no way you can do it. You're reading a book that's telling you to do A, B, and C, but let me throw this monkey in there. How are you going to do that? And so it was very hard. It's hard right now. It's still hard right now, not so much so, but getting them to understand and understand the lead that you're trying to take, and realize that it's the best of what's best for the business as a whole entity, and not what's just best for that particular owner at the time, especially when you're working with multiple owners. That is the hardest part, working with multiple owners, but also working with multiple male owners. because you gotta buy into everybody's ego, and you gotta get everybody in there to trust you. How do you do that?
Without saying yes. All the time.
Without saying yes.
You definitely got an ego stroke.
All right, listen, you stay right there. We still haven't heard from Sandra. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the Nightcap. We are talking to these women about how they became the bosses in the hospitality industry by having to deal with a whole lot of ego stroking, a lot of saying no, a lot of standing on your own business and knowing when to walk away because you are still that bitch with or without them. All right, we got to hear from Ro and Tanasia, but we haven't heard from Sandra. Can you tell us a little bit about, some of the adversity you faced along the way?
Yes, this happened a few years ago. I was training a manager and for a position below mine. And at this point, I'm a general manager and I'm doing table touches, visiting our guests, and somebody had an issue and they asked to speak to a male instead of a female. And I reassured him, I can help you. Whatever you need, I'm happy to help. And this particular person was like, I need to speak to a man. So this person who was training, who is new to the company, had to go and speak to this man. So that was really eye-opening to me because he was so open about it. I don't want to speak to a woman. I want to speak to a man. And
so the person you are training that is levels below you has to go handle this instead of you?
Yeah. And he did. I mean, it was one of those things that I was like, okay, no problem. But it did affect me. And
He probably liked men. So he felt more comfortable talking to a penis.
Because he likes it.
But I've also had to understand and accept that some people are not going to like me because I'm a woman, because of my age, because of my ethnicity.
Yeah.
It's just a thing. So I feel like I have accepted that, and I've just done my job and try to be the best at it.
Yeah. So obviously the industry has changed, and you all say that, there are more women now, more of you are in control. So I hope y'all are also paying it forward since you've paved the way. For women who are now entering and are wanting to achieve these dreams, but, are more willing to sleep their way or do things like that, how can you advise them to, be resilient and stick it through and become bosses the way you three are?
Sex only lasts so long.
Sex only lasts so long.
So you have to have something. I was always told that once you are educated on something, that's one thing no one can ever take away from you. And so you have to know what you're talking about, own what you're talking about, and then stand on it. Because sleeping your way up only gets you so far. As soon as they're tired of you, that's it. They're going to dispose of you.
What value do you have?
Yeah, I mean, it's just a run. You just the next thing cooking right now. But as soon as it's done, you're done. So have something more to stand on. Know your craft, respect your craft, but also make others respect your craft. And never stay longer than you know that you're supposed to be there. Understand that loyalty for you runs out way faster than your loyalty for them. So that is what my advice would be, is know when to walk away gracefully. There's nothing wrong with it. Always keep a good relationship, but always walk away first. Never let them dominate on how you walk away.
I mean, I would say just staying true to you. If that's what you believe, and if just stand on it, just like you said. I mean, there's so many things that we go through that we see, and it's like, it is what it is. Like, just be strong, stay true to yourself, and if that's what you believe in, then trust your gut and do it.
Mine is just be resilient regardless of what's going on around you. Like she said about the sex situation, like, to me, in my mind, I've never had a relationship with somebody that, I try not to even do anything in my industry at all, but I feel like you holding out on sex gives you more power than you giving it up anyway, you know? And one of the things that I deal with too is, like, I do events for, like, celebrities and NFL and NBA players and stuff like that, right? And they were like, oh, I had a conversation with him today. He was like, my homeboy asked me, like, damn, you ain't never hit Ro? Like, yeah. He was like, nah, Ro just a real ass bitch. Like, she's good at what she do. I don't even come at her like that because I respect her so much. And that let me know that what I've done so far is, worked. because I'm big about that. Like I feel like as soon as you lay on your back for somebody, they feel like they can disrespect you moving forward after that, or they treat you like you one of their bitches.
Yeah.
And I'm not. I'm still trying to do my job or whatever. So I never wanted to put myself in a situation like that. That's number one. So just keeping your legs closed, but then also being resilient, because like a lot of times, like when I was I think I said I went from being a waitress to being a bartender, and I was working with her at this time, and I was like, man, maybe it's time for me to be a manager. I don't know, but you know, bartending is a lot of money. You know,
Yeah.
when you want to, usually bartenders go from being a bartender to a manager because they're trying to be responsible with life moving forward. You're tired of drinking, you're tired of the, you know, making $1,000 one night and then making $2 on a Tuesday, you know, whatever. So
More consistent income.
you want to you have more consistent income. You want to transition over, and I was trying to do that, but for whatever reason, that was like, no, I don't know about road, because I'm such a big personality and so many things I had going on. I made a lot of money for the bar too, and she fought for me to be a manager at the spot we were at. And she was like, what are you talking about? Like, Rose, I'm like, she always, you know, I'm late, but when I come in here, I'm bringing up 10K, so what's the issue? You know what I'm saying? She on time, and she got $5 in her pocket, you know?
Yeah.
So I think just being resilient, that's another thing, like, you know, like you said, I'm going with their answers pretty much. Like, just be who you are, even with God. Like, no matter how much I work in the nightlife industry, no matter how much I got to be out to 4 o'clock in the morning, and I'm drinking and being around, or whatever I'm around, I still wake my ass up and go to church on Sundays. I still wake up in the morning and listen to YouTube, listen to Pastor Keon speak. You know, I do these things to keep myself grounded. So you gotta keep yourself grounded. You gotta make sure that you separate your real life from your work life. Because if you don't get engulfed in it, and you're gonna lose who you are.
And if you're sleeping with someone, you shouldn't be working anyway. If I'm sleeping with the owner, I ain't working. What kind of sense does that make?
And men talk. I feel
Yeah.
like they talk way more than women. Like,
So
when-
y'all
For
know
sure.
every other woman's business who's gone to
We know
Yeah.
then,
route.
we know what's going to happen tomorrow, and we know what's happening today, right now. Everybody,
I don't work for owners. They don't have 4 different girls come in the same night.
period.
And they
You got to
sometimes they
make
sit
sure you don't
together.
mix the names up.
and sometimes they sit together.
Sometimes they sit together.
Oh man, that's another episode. Ladies, congratulations to each of you for your success.
Thank you.
You guys have really made history your own way, and sounds like y'all stood 10 toes deep in who you are. All right, coming up next, I'm heading behind the bar because, you know, glamorous drinks. You gotta show me how to make this. You stay right there. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the Nightcap. I'm behind the bar where we're celebrating women because Janae Thomas, who's the owner of Glamorous Drinks, is making sure we do that. So it means it's time to do what?
Back that glass up.
Yes. Okay. And mine said love, and I love celebrating love all the time. But you've got different notes for all the ladies, right?
Yes, we do.
Yeah, because it's time to celebrate her.
Yes, we
I
do.
am her. All right. So what was in this delicious cocktail that I have downed and is no longer?
So we have some tequila here. We also have some passion fruit puree. We have lime juice, lemon juice, and then a little bit of white peach cranberry juice.
Ooh, okay. All right, shake that up for us.
Okay, let's get going.
Okay, so obviously you're in the industry, Janae.
I am.
How has it been for you getting to the point where you've opened up Glamorous Drinks?
You know, it's been, you know, but
She says so much with so little.
right. No, it's been, but I think that I've appreciated every stage of my journey, from working in like at Papacitos to working in nightlife to moving to Los Angeles and working in restaurants there and nightlife there. Like I've learned so much, and that helped form Glamorous Drinks, and I didn't know that that's what's forming that.
Yeah, it was all in preparation to where you arrived. Now tell me about Glamorous Drinks, because I see you're based in LA but also Houston. So
Yes.
are you a mobile event planning, drink making? What is Glamorous Drinks?
So we are a luxury bartending service. We provide services for a lot of high net worth individuals as well as luxury brands. So basically whatever private celebration that they want to celebrate, we take the hassle off of them about having to worry about the bar. We bring it, we serve their guests, they have a good time,
Yeah.
and they can entertain as well.
So they don't have to worry about it because Glamorous Drinks got it.
We got it.
Okay, so for the high rollers watching, or the corporate planners that are like, oh, I have an event coming up. How can they reach out to you?
You can reach out to us via social media at Glamorous Drinks, or you can also reach out to us. Our email is contact@glamorousdrinks.com.
Contact@glamorousdrinks.com.
Yes.
Ooh. Okay, y'all saw she eyeballing now. That's how I know she's a professional. Don't get me eyeballing nothing because I can't do it. I can't do it. beautiful color. Yes. And look at these girls, thirsty as hell, already walking up for their refill. Come on.
I definitely cannot get a refill.
Oh, and garnish it with beautiful flowers.
Yes, we have to. We have to give
Oh,
everybody
okay, yeah.
their
See, no,
flowers.
these are all empty glasses. That's how
very
you
good.
You only made one, Janae. We're gonna have to put you to work and make more.
Okay, that's totally fine.
That's
I got
fine.
you.
So pretty.
All right, you already know glamorous drinks for your next luxury event.
Yes.
And ladies, if you are in the bar industry, actually men, if you are in the bar industry, please respect each other, okay? And you know, if somebody says no to you and they've got years and decades of experience, they know what they're talking about. All right, cheers to you. We'll see you guys next time.